Hello again, everyone. I'd like to introduce you all to some of the music of North Korea. It's what got me interested in North Korea in the first place was the music. When I first heard some of it, especially the Bong Band, I was totally blown away. I guess this stuff is coming out of North Korea. I was amazed. And that's what got me interested, the music. How did this come about? Where did they come up with this at? I mean, this is supposed to be a Stalinist state where everybody salutes and marches in a straight line and does exactly what they're told to do. Seems like the music would belie that. I don't know. And I mean, it's up to other people to decide. But I'm absolutely fascinated by it. And so it seems to me I've looked at it pretty carefully over the past 5 years. And I haven't done a formal study on it, and I might get around to doing that. But basically, it seems to me that the music of North Korea falls into 5 specific genres. Hymns to the state, what I call hymns to the state and to the leadership. These are more formalistic songs. A lot of them are symphony pieces. Includes martial tunes, military music, such as a state merited course. And then the second would be agitation music. And agitation is, another word for agitation is cheerleading. You know, like university fight songs. You hear football game. The third is pop music. North Korea has this pop music for the younger generation. There's no political message or very little political message. Then the fourth one is folk tunes. Korea, especially North Korea, has a very rich history in folk music, and Arirang being the most famous, and that's purely folk. It's a very old song. I mean, it's a couple thousand years old, something like that. And then foreign songs. North Korea has a lot of they play a lot of foreign music, and mostly American stuff. So I'm not sure how the percentages break down. You know, I wouldn't even care to hazard a guess. But sometimes you'll hear a combination of these genres, where you'll hear maybe a little pop combined with a political message, that sort of thing. And that's the case here with the Reunification Song. It's a song about reunifying the two halves, North and South Korea. And they have several numbers in this. They've done this extensively. They explored this musically. But this song is kind of really interesting. The one I'm going to play for you here is really kind of interesting because it's big band. And it's kind of later big band, not early, but later into the 40s and early 50s. You know, Benny Goodman comes to mind. The Dorsey brothers, Benny Goodman. Benny Goodman really had a good, in-your-face, driving big band music, and his big band swing is dance music. So this is particularly American big band music, this song here, the Reunification Song. And there's 2 things that you're going to hear. It's got a beat, a solid beat, and it's got a groove. And for big band music to really, hit home, it's got to have a beat and a groove. The North Koreans have this down cold. I mean, it really is amazing. On the front lineup, there's 6 saxophones. And I think I see an alto sax, 2 tenors, 2 baritones, and a bass sax. That's what I think I'm seeing. 2 of the sax players seem to me they're probably pretty well known in the music scene in North Korea. These 2 guys, I see them all the time in other groups. I think they're in the Chongbong band, if I'm not mistaken. Then when you're watching this, get a load of the drummer. The drummer is this crazy guy, and he just slams the crash cymbals. And he's got this big smile on his face. And then, of course, there's the lady guitar player. She's the star. And she just shreds some notes like crazy. She's something else. She's really something. She's got this huge personality and this presence. I mean, she's a star. And I think the guitar she's playing is an Ibanez Artist series, maybe an AR-50 or an AR-100. It looks like an AR-50 to me, with a pick guard. The AR-50s, I think, didn't have a pick guard, but anyway, that's a quibble. I won't even get into that. Here's another picture of the guitar lady. I wished I knew her name. I'm embarrassed to say I don't. I haven't researched it that much. But I'll find out who she is. But here's another image that I grabbed of her off of a recent concert with the Unhasu Orchestra. And she only just appeared for like a half a second. So I had to jiggle back and forth until I got an image of her and then did a screen capture. And I had to stare at this for a couple minutes to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing. Because this is very un-North Korean. I mean, she's just, you just have to look at that image and go, okay, yeah, works for me. So anyway, without further delay, here's a Reunification Arirang, or the Reunification Song, and turn up the volume. So, there we have it. And what do you think? You know, I mean, really a big band, good big band American style piece. Like I say, it's got the beat and it's got the groove. And So let me know what you think. Leave your comments and suggestions and opinions in the space below. And as always, thanks for watching.